Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, May the 1st, 2023. Monday, May the 1st. I am the new daily recap lady filling in for the old Pretty Cap daily recap lady. I will be filling in for a few months. I am actually getting ready to go, or the other daily recap lady is getting ready to go on vacation. No, really. I am truly going on, not a vacation, it's a business trip for a week in Dubai. The company that I'm affiliated with, we're going to Dubai, for our headquarters is there. And I had to get my hair done for the big event. Got a big gala dinner and all this stuff got to do, blah, blah, blah. So this would not fit under my black cap. So now, and it's fresh, nicely done today. So I'm going to be having my hair down for as long as I choose to deal with this. I may get it redone or I may go back to my cap because my actual hair is very short. It's only about 3 inches long, but I had to get gussied up for Dubai. So anyway, today's daily recap for the young and the restless, everybody. Too cute. Oh my, I have to start with this guy right here. Trevor St. John. He brings a smile to my face. He re- he brings such to me a breath of fresh air to the role of Tucker. The other actor that played Tucker, he would never have this kind of lightness and this kind of humor. He was more dark to me and broody. He Trevor makes Ashley smile. He comes down, hair a muck, right? Hair is just a muck. And he's got his little tray. And Ashley comes out and he's like, and she goes, "Whoa, okay." And he goes, you're up? Well, yeah, that's what working people do. We get up, we get dressed, we go to work. And she goes, "You're gonna have to get up earlier than this." If I goes, "I wanted to give you breakfast in bed. I wanted to start with the coffee." And so she goes, "You have to start much earlier than this." And he goes, "Well, how would I know you get up so early? My room is way down the hall from your room. Can I be closer?" And so she goes, "Well, I've got to go to work. We can talk about that later. But thank you." But I got it. So she pushes it kind of like up in her face. And she's like, "No, I got to go." "Okay, but thank you." So she takes off and he's looking like, "Oh, shoot. What I got this coffee." And then Jack comes out that side room. And Jack has his head down, but he's looking at Ashley because she walked out the door. So he's looking at her and he's got his head down on his paper. And Tucker says, "Hi, coffee?" And he kind of holds the tray up for Jack. And Jack looks like, what are you doing down here making yourself at home in my home?" And he goes, "No." And so Tucker's like, "Oh." So he sits the tray down like, "Nobody wants my coffee?" And I'm thinking, Tucker, do you even know how to make coffee? Because to me, I don't know, you got to know how to perk it up, but whatever, but okay. So anyway, Jack then decides to lay in on Tucker, right? And how inappropriate it is for Ashley to bring him in the house. He hasn't changed at all from his past, and he did this, and he's that, and he's not hasn't changed at all. And so Tucker said, "Wow, you talking about me sounds just like Ashley talking about Diane." Jack looks at him. "You can't compare yourself to Diane." And he should have said, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not in jail for murder." You know? And he goes, "Diane has truly changed. Truly." And Tucker said, I've spent time in an ashram. Yeah, we all know. And he goes, I've changed too. No, you will never. And I thought, oh, wow. So Diane is the only one that can change. Tucker can't change. That's interesting to me. Everything he said was so hypocritical. So 100% hypocritical. Tucker, at least from what I know of his character, hasn't done illegal stuff. Diane sure has, right? Truly illegal stuff. And it haven't even scratched the surface to Diane. But Tucker just let Jack roll right off his, it didn't faze him at all. And then at the end of the conversation, he goes, see, we have already made some common ground. They're talking to you, Jack. And Jack just leaves. He's like, oh, I'm out of here. He's out. Peace out. Right? So Jack goes to society. Jack is meeting Michael. Jack is having the same old conversation with Michael. Diane, you got to get her off. We got to do this. We got to come up with a plan. We got to blah, blah, blah. Michael says he has some people. Now it's a little on the illegal, We don't want to look at it side, but they could look into records. They can hack into cameras. We can see kind of, let's do a deep dive in to start. Let's start tracking his activities. Let's find out who was he talking to? Let's do a deep dive into Jeremy Stark. And so Jack's like, do it now, Michael, do it now. I don't care the cost, do it. I'm thinking, oh, whatever, right? So they're getting ready to do that, and we'll see what they uncover with that. But in the meantime, Ashley goes to Jabot, and Ashley is trying to talk Billy into, they need to call the board and remove Jack as the CEO because he's going to bring negative publicity. It's already started with the reporters calling about, for one of Jabot's employees, Diane, who's now engaged to the CEO of Jabot, in jail for murder. She goes, it's already hurting our company. And Billy said, it's not nothing we can't handle. Jabot has been through worse before. Ashley, no. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're not doing anything to cut Jack out. Then she's talking about Diane, and you have to know this, that, and Billy's like, look, I don't share your opinion on Diane. I believe she should have the benefit of and Ashley's just going on and on. And in my mind, I'm thinking, goodness, are they giving Ashley some of Phyllis's lines? Because she's going all off-hinged like a broken record. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Ashley, give it a rest. The difference is, because Jack isn't focusing any attention on, the business, nothing. And I was going to say, Ashley, Jack has a co-CEO, Billy. And Billy has pretty much been living at Jabot, living at it, right? So give it a rest. Give it a rest, Ashley. Oh my goodness. But Billy did not agree with her. Good. So now we're going to go to, Ashley then leaves. Michael and Jack are still in society. Tucker walks in. Jack's like, she has the nerve to move him into my house. And Michael's like, Jack, just concentrate. We don't need to don't go off. We need to concentrate on Diane. You're right. I can't even be distracted. But I love my sister, and she's making a mistake being involved with him. And I have to see the same venomous fire that Jack has I have to protect my sister because I love my sister against the likes of Tucker McCall, is the exact same way Ashley is talking about Diane. Same thing. They're both grown adults. Mind ya, Mind your own business. So they're sitting there and Ashley like, oh, he's here too. And so she's like, do you still have your suite at the athletic club? He said, yeah. She goes, let's go. So she stands up and I was thinking, oh, okay. And she plants a kiss, but the kiss was for Jack's behalf. Plants the kiss on Tucker, and Jack is like, and Michael's checking it out too. Oh, wow, y'all, And then they leave, and Jack is like, oh. And he goes, that was something, Michael said, but let's get back to business. Let's forget about that and let's get back to business. So they start talking some more. And then we have Audra talking to Elena. And of course, Elena's like, Nate and I finally think we're in a good place. He wants me to plan this romantic vacation as soon as he comes back. And oh, he left a note on my pillow. And Nate is so attentive and everything. And Audra said, did Nate tell you he was going to LA by himself? She goes, yeah. He's wheeling and dealing and working these deals. It's good he has you to stay behind. And Audra says, well, he didn't. He went with Victoria. And Elena looked. She said, wait, what? He's in LA with Victoria. And so Elena said, I asked him point blank, who was he going to LA with? And he says, alone, no one. She goes, look, I wanted to go so that I could learn from my boss. He's closing some deals. But no, he told me he was going with Victoria because he was learning from her. She goes, and I bet she's teaching him a lot. And Elena's like, oh. She goes, and then Audra decides to bash him. He is a cheater. He has a wonderful girl. You're one of the smartest women I know, Elena. And I'm thinking, shut up, Audra, you snake in the grass, right? And he has the nerve to cheat on you with Victoria, to lie in your face. He is nobody. Oh, and Audra's like, Elena's like, Audra. And Audra's just bashing him. And so Elena finally says, Audra, enough. And she stopped. I'm sorry that I went on and on about that. I'm just saying, Victoria gets exactly what she wants. And so Elena's like, and I believed everything he said. I believed that, this vacation is genuine, but she's like, it's probably out of his own guilt, coming back guilty. And so she goes, how long has this been going on? Are they having an affair? And Audra says, I can't say for sure. I'm surprised she didn't say, but the other night in her office, I heard a bunch of stuff hitting the floor from her. She didn't say that, right? And then Audra finally goes, she goes, you know what? But we could be we could be overreacting. Maybe nothing's going on. And I thought, no, you can't plant that kind of seed, talk about him like the dirty dog he is, and now say, maybe nothing's going on. No, Audra, you can't say that. Maybe nothing's going on. Nope. So anyway, Elena ends up saying, you know what you wanted to do all along? It's time. She goes, I think it's time we find JT Holstrom. And Elena said, but I thought you did. She goes, I thought you didn't want to do it. She goes, well, I have to do something drastic. Let's do it. Right? I'm not going to do nothing, Elena says. So she goes, I could go to LA and catch him in the act, but my thing is, for one, you'd have to be able to catch him in that act. You won't have a key to the room. You would have to have a key to Victoria's room. You wouldn't know which room that they're in, because guess what? They up in the room. Started out as she's supposed to be, he's down waiting for her to come down for breakfast. She goes, all the meetings are later this afternoon. See, she made sure there's a big block of time in the morning. So let's discuss. So Victoria See, Nate is such an egomaniac. Egomaniac. All she kept saying is, you are so smart. I love the way you think. Your ideas are so intriguing. They're so exciting. I love the way you like to keep on top of current events and what's going on. And he goes, well, yeah. And he's just eating it up. But no, I'm learning from you. And I'm this. She goes, I read this book after they discussed the little points, right? I'm reading this book and I think you would love it. It's talking about this and innovativeness and blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, I would love to read that. I would, make sure you turn it out to me. She goes, I have it up in my room. Because I'm thinking, she's giving you a good book read. Pull out your doggone cell phone, go to Amazon, order the book. It'll probably beat you home. Why do you need her copy of a book? She's reading it. Get your own book. So she goes, I'll go up and get it. And he goes, well, I'll join you. I'll come with you. You're going to come with her in her room. She's already wearing a black suit with a camisole, lace camisole, top up under it. Already, right? And I said, oh, I know exactly what's. Sure enough, they didn't even show them walk through the front door. They saw them getting right. Victoria put her purse down and they were getting to business right away that fast. Nate already knew 100% what he was going to do when he walked through that door. He knew what he was going to do when he lied to Elena and said he was going by himself. He had already made up his mind that he was going to sleep with Victoria. After telling her in her office, do you think that's wise? Well, you have self-control. You're an adult. You know, oh my God. Man. So then after Victoria's laying on him with her eyes closed, and he's looking over across at the mirror that's across from the bed, right? And he's looking at himself. And I'm thinking, are you looking at yourself with pride, Nate? Like, yeah, I got this. Mm-hmm. Yep. Or do you have a little twinge of guilt? Nate might have a little twinge of guilt later, but he's going to continue to sleep with Victoria and lie to Elena. 100%. That's exactly what he's going to do. Because he doesn't love her like that. Like Elena, when she was talking to Audra and she was talking about the difference between when he was a surgeon, he was brilliant with his hands, brilliant, and in the business world, she goes, all he wants is power. And nothing else matters. Nothing else, and really no one else matters but him having power. So yeah, that's it. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't think it would happen over, I'm meeting you down for breakfast as soon as we get here happen, but guess what? It did. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Gwendolyn says, hello, daily recap lady. Uh-oh, that's the wrong comment for the wrong soap here. Let me go to Y&R comment. Here we go. Lisa said, I disagree with what Lauren said about Diane making Phyllis miserable. Phyllis did that to herself. Phyllis did do a lot of it to herself. Diane was just able to goad her and needing, just saying the right thing to set her off. Wasn't, it means Phyllis, like right now, Ashley is doing this to herself. Phyllis, okay, she is in this situation by bringing Stark to town and then teaming up with him. You're 100% right, Lisa. Diane's goal was to gain forgiveness from Jack and Kyle. Diane was focused on Phyllis was focused on driving Diane out of town. Phyllis, Nikki, Ashley. She made Diane occupy her mind 24/7. Ashley, right now, not so much Nikki. Phyllis brought it all on herself. I can't wait to see the look on Lauren, Ashley, and Nikki's face when they find out Diane is innocent. I know. I know. I don't know how Summer can look at Kyle knowing the truth. Kyle told Summer his mother wouldn't do this, to wait for the facts. It was a setup, and he was right. Yes, he was right. Yes, he was right. But let me tell you something. Mother ain't innocent. Mother and his father set up Stark for a crime that could have got him sent away. Stark didn't do it. They didn't blink an eye, didn't care. What they did, they thought they were sending that man to jail for years, and it wasn't even murder, right? But they framed him and turned him in, and they felt that was okay, right? And Sherry says, Tucker is the cutest. I know. His hair sticking up and the fancy teapot cracked me up. Me too. I just smiled when I saw his scenes. Lashunta says, Diane needles Phyllis, Nikki, and Ashley. Jack says nothing. He sure didn't. All he cared about was Diane. I'm with Ashley. He treats Phyllis like trash since Diane came back, but Phyllis was going off the deep end. And then Lisa says, Jack did not treat Phyllis like trash from what I saw. Phyllis had Jack, but she was not focused on that. She was focused on driving Diane out of town. Remember, Phyllis marked her territory, was sleeping with Jack, and then flaunting it in Diane's face. Well, oh yeah, just like Diane flaunted in Phyllis's face when she spent the night at Jack's house too. Yeah, just like that though, right? That is why Jack ended things. Oh, but Jack didn't end things with Diane, did he? No, he didn't. Diane did the same thing. Diane was her priority instead of her relationship. And then Libby says, Summer's acting was fantastic. She continues to tear my heart out. I wonder if the writers will make it so that everyone thinks she's going off the deep end and they could put her in the place where Chelsea went. Daniel something perfectly handled her perfectly rather than arguing that she didn't see her mother. I know he did. He reasoned with her. He did a great job. Sherry says, she has been the best part of this crazy storyline. So that is it. That is it for the daily recap for the Young and the Restless. All new daily recap lady will be with you for 2 months or so, unless I decide to keep this look going. We shall see. But I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of the Young and the Restless.